From the home of the 2015 Final Four, Indianapolis, Indiana, a Big East matchup at Hinkle Fieldhouse between Providence and Butler. Carter Blackburn with the man who led Providence to the Elite Eight in 1997, Pete Gillen. All right, Pete, Butler, Providence in 2015. They look similar, but how similar are they?
Contrasting styles. Providence, long and athletic, want to run. Butler wants to take the time, very physical. It's going to be a great game. Stick around.
Our AT&T Fast Analysis shows us that these two teams have two of the top scorers in the Big East Conference.
LaDontae Henton is in the conversation of National Player of the Year. He averages 21 points a game to lead the Big East. He can dominate in the low post. He's got great hands. He's very, very aggressive. He really crashed the offensive glass. He can knock down a three. He worked real hard this summer on his three-point game, and it's getting better and better.
And for Butler, it's Kellen Dunham who carries the load.
Kellen Dunham is a great shooter. He had 28 points last game against St. John's. He had 6 for 7 from three-point land. He's got great range, a quick release. He's got to play big for the Bulldogs tonight.
So those are the two big scorers. Pete, what else do you have your eye on for tonight?
Chris Dunn is a fabulous guard. He's a point guard, 7.4 assists a game, which is 4th in the country, almost 3 steals a game, 7th in the country. He's a special guard. Watch him tonight. Now, for Butler, the best thing they do is team defense, Carter. They hold people to 58 points a game, and they really defend the three very well. It's going to be a great game.
For Providence, Ed Cooley, 4th-season head coach, he says, without question, the next step for his team, winning on the road. Only one Big East team has done it, and that's the team that Providence faces tonight. Butler winning at St. John's. And for Chris Holdman, this is his first home game since the interim tag was removed last Friday. He won the debut at St. John's in that upset win against the Red Storm. Now Chris Holdman is officially the head coach for Butler. Let's look at the starting lineup for Providence and Butler. Just the third all-time meeting. It's Dunn, Lindsey, DeRozier's, Bentel, and LaDontae Hinton starting for Providence. For the Butler Bulldogs, Alex Barlow at the point, Dunham, Woods, Schrabis, and Roosevelt Jones. And we are set for tip at one of the great basketball venues anywhere, Hinkle Fieldhouse.
It's a cathedral. Great place to watch a game. We're glad we're here.
Since 1928 has hosted Butler basketball, so Providence gets it first. This is Chris Dunn, the sophomore point guard. Pete told you, up there as far as leaders in the Big East and the nation in scoring. Into DeRozier's for the first bucket.
Big hoop for the Friars. Butler's going to play man-to-man almost the whole game, but last time they played, Providence shot 67% from the field in the game here at Hinkle.
Jones misses his first look, and now Chris Dunn looks to push Providence. This is Hinton, first touch and one for LaDontae Hinton.
But he's great in transition. Tremendous athlete, and you know, he's Dunn finds him. They really work well together. Chris Dunn really looks for his partner. Boom, attack the basket. Nice finish by LaDontae Hinton, one of the best players in the country. I think he's in the conversation of National Player of the Year. He might not get it, but right now he's in that 6 or 7 players.
For a guy who was preseason second team All-Big East, he's used that as motivation.
Right, we talked to him today, and he said, hey, that's ridiculous. Every day he thinks about it.
Ed Cooley's not letting him forget about it either.
Hey, as a coach, whatever you got to do.
Barlow guarded by Chris Dunn. This is Roosevelt Jones into the paint, blocked inside by Hinton. Jones able to recover. Barlow knocks down the three.
Barlow's amazing. Big games, he plays well. This is a big game. He averaged 13 points in the games against Georgetown, in the games against St. John's, and the games against North Carolina. 13-point average, and he just looks like a nice, solid player, but not a special player.
This is DeRozier's, the Wake Forest transfer, finishing with the left over Cameron Woods.
Nice job. Well, it might have to think about doubling him if he gets it that deep.
Both teams 1-1 Big East competition. Butler won at St. John's, the only road win. Big East competition. This is their first Big East home game of the year, second year in the league. Barlow misses the three. Second chance, and right back out to Dunham. Schrabis foul. Jim Burr has the call. Bentel gets the first. So Chris Holdman had the interim tag removed on Friday, already delegating tasks. Asked his wife Lori to respond to the text messages that came pouring in when he was named the permanent head coach after Brandon Miller, medical leave, announced that he would not return to the Butler bench. And so Chris Holdman is the coach of now and the future for the Butler Bulldogs.
He's going to do a great job. Friars in a 2-3 zone. They're doing that now to protect on the out-of-bounds under, because it's a lot tougher to score, Carter, against a zone defense on the out-of-bounds under.
So Dunn brings it back to Providence. This is Hinton on the wing, LaDante Hinton. They will try every which way to get LaDante Hinton shots.
Friars want to get balance scoring. Right now getting some help from DeRozan.
Dunn in the paint. Follows his miss. Blocked on the second chance from Woods. And Butler runs. Barlow finds a trailing Dunham off the shot fake. Woods stick back. Second stick back from Cameron Woods.
Cameron Woods is the leading rebounder in the Big East. 9 a game.
Providence somehow lets it roll out to midcourt without it being touched. Butler nearly got the steal.
Yep. Follow something. Trying to bite him in a sneaker.
It's tough.
He's a tough, hard-nosed guy. He's a walk-on.
Now Woods reach in foul. That's his first.
Nice job. Done with a good offensive rebound. Nice block by Woods. Barlow picks his pocket. They push it down the offensive end. Nice tap in. Excellent job by Cameron Woods. Got to screen out, Friars. Even though you're bigger, more athletic, Providence has to screen out on a shot.
Nice back pick and a jump shot from the baseline for Roosevelt. Rather, for Jalen Lindsay.
Exactly, the freshman. That was big, Carter. That was big. He really struggled against Marquette. Really had a tough game and lost to the Friars on Saturday. A young player, if they make their first shot, they feel much better.
Dunham on the wing. Gets it right back from Woods and off the screen. Give it go. Woods into the paint. Dumps it down for Jones.
Great teamwork. Nice job sharing the basketball for the Bulldogs.
This is Dunn on the wing for Providence. Taken away by Barlow. Dunn gets it back. Hounded by the Butler point guard. Forcing a turnover. Barlow bulldogging his way into a turnover forced. Back and forth in the early going. It's Providence by a point. Yeah, Adam, you might want to keep us updated on Kentucky chasing an undefeated record on the season, and yet Ole Miss at Rupp in overtime. We will take a very close look at that one. Now, Pete, let's go back to the last basket for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, here we see it was a pick and roll here. They're coming off the pick and roll is a screen, and he's going to roll here. All right, he rolls here, and what happens here is he comes up to help out, and nobody takes Roosevelt Jones. So here we see Hinton steps up to take him, all right, and he leaves him wide open. Roosevelt Jones underneath the basket. Help to help, but nobody helped LaDante Hinton. Hinton helped, but nobody helped him, Carter.
Sometimes you hear the phrase extra pass, but I mean, isn't that what sharing the basketball is supposed to be?
Exactly. You got to share the basketball, and they did a nice job with that now. Friars 2-3 zone. Looks like they're showing zone. See if they stay in it.
How much zone do you expect out of Providence tonight?
I think they can play a little bit. That time they were showing zone, and they went back to man. So,
Dunham blocked. Dunn gets it ahead. Hinton finishes.
He's terrific off the break. The transition, LaDante Hinton is special.
All began with a blocked shot out of the zone, but you said you fall a little bit back to man out of the zone look.
Right, they showed zone and went man-to-man now. Still in man-to-man now. Trying to get Dunham free.
Dunham, number 24 on the baseline. Instead, it's Travis who misses. Rebound taken away by Jones. Hustling, finds Dunham blocked at the rim. That's DeRozier's one of the best in the country at block shots. That's 44 block shots, and he runs the floor and gets rewarded.
Tremendous. Great pass by Chris Dunn. We saw a terrific defense lead to excellent offense for the Friars.
4 straight for Providence. Largest lead for the Friars. A block inside. Let's go back to the defense leading to offense for Providence.
Nice job for the Friars now. Jones gets it. He attacks the basket. DeRozier comes in, blocks Kellen Dunham's shots. Now they push it. DeRozier runs right to the rim. Big guys run rim to rim. Great pass by Chris Dunn, one of the top assist guys in the country. Nice finish. We talked to Ed Cooley today, and he says DeRozier's playing really, really well. Getting better and better.
Senior from New Hampshire, spent a couple of years in Wake Forest. This is Roosevelt Jones on the baseline. The kick out for Martin. Butler trying to get the freshman going a little bit. He's been in a slump. Providence gets it back with a 5-point lead. You know, Pete, we talked about the big scores for these two teams, LaDonte Head and Kellen Dunham, but who else is going to step up to score?
Yeah, it's important. You know, for Butler, somebody else, they're looking for a consistent second score. Roosevelt Jones is a fine player, but he doesn't score consistently. They're looking for another one. So who will it be? Travis is more the defensive guy, so I don't know. It has to be Roosevelt Jones, I think, Carter. Maybe Martin, the freshman you mentioned before. He's got a lot of talent, but he's struggling a little bit right now. Started off well, but struggling right now.
8 to shoot. Dunn in the paint. Floater spins out. Battle for the loose ball on the baseline. Who touched it last? It'll go back to Butler off of Providence.
Good hustle. Travis and Harris going for the ball. Looked like it was off Harris's elbow or hip.
Butler undefeated at home this year, 7-0. Mentioned earlier they have the lone road win in Big East competition so far this year. They won at St. John's. Martin turns it over, dives to the floor. That's a tie-up. Possession arrow's going to give it back to Providence. Butler has missed its last 5 looks. The Bulldogs are 3 for 13 shooting in the early going.
Really struggling, but credit the Providence defense, Carter. Doing a nice job with their length and their active hands, really giving Bulldogs some trouble early.
Providence, by the way, has been on the road since Friday. They played Saturday at Marquette. Rather than going home, they stayed in the Midwest for this Tuesday night matchup. They'll get back to Providence about 4 a.m. tonight or tomorrow morning.
Talking to Arthur Parks, the terrific SID for Providence. It feels like we've been on the road for a week.
Nearly have. Butler on the run after the hit and miss. Jones attacks, draws a foul called on Harris.
Jones comes right at you, the runaway train. It's the toughest thing to guard, Carter, when somebody comes right at you in any sport. Baseball, basketball, foot, somebody coming right at you like a runaway train, very difficult to defend.
Roosevelt Jones lost the entire season with a wrist injury a year ago. How much better is Butler on both ends with Roosevelt Jones?
Much better. He gives them toughness, grit, he's aggressive, gives confidence to everybody else. It permeates the team. Now, I don't know what permeates means, but I know you're smart, so I figured I'd put it
the
out
guys
there.
here at Butler know exactly what permeate and Providence.
Yeah, 2 good schools. But, yeah, his toughness, that goes like Marshall Henderson for Ole Miss. You know, he gave them some swagger, some toughness. And I think Roosevelt Jones does that for Butler.
That's the first on Etherington. By the way, Marshall Henderson now playing in Qatar.
Wish him well. Little zone by Butler. Doing that because Providence is getting the ball inside Carter, really hurting in the post. So they're trying to make the Friars shoot from the outside.
Cartwright, the backup point guard from Compton, lays it in to make it a 6-point edge for the Friars, largest on the lead in the early going for Providence.
Where is Butler going to get their points? Leading scorer, Kellen Dunham, who had 28 points, we talked about, not on the floor right now.
Martin into the paint. Wild off the glass. Maybe that'll get Keelan Martin going.
Great shot. Rozier was right there with the hand. Great lefty shot.
It was 1 for his last 9 shooting, and then you try a lefty runner off the glass.
Yep. It was weak hand. That was a heck of a shot. And a 7-footer trying to block your shot. So great move. That'll give him some confidence.
Barlow knocks it away. Gives it to Jones running the break. Jones attacks, dishes, and an offensive foul. Called on Jones. A nice play by Lamamba drawing the charge on Roosevelt Jones.
Here comes Jones like a runaway train. Way to step inside. Nice job by Lamamba stepping in, taking the charge.
That's a heck of a defensive play.
Big play. Basket, you know, now the Friars come down. It could be a 4-point play. Depends what the Friars do in this possession.
So this is Cartwright bringing it up. Signed with Loyola Marymount. Coaching change there. Providence able to get him to be the backup point guard.
Providence in there, tight flex. There's a lot of baseline cuts.
Lindsay stripped by Kalen Martin. Barlow crosses over. Roosevelt Jones into the paint again. Another tough lefty runner. This one from Roosevelt Jones.
He's a professional layup shooter. You know, he ought to write a book, how to make layups in the lane, in traffic. That's what he does best. Not a good outside shooter.
Would you write the forward?
I would write the forward.
All right.
He's my idol.
Foul called by Brian O'Connell. Pete says he is a professional layup shooter in traffic and everything else. Roosevelt Jones showing it off. O'Fallon, Illinois, represent. Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis, right up the street from St. Elmo, where the Providence Friar basketball team dined last night. A couple of notable upsets Saturday in Big East competition. It was Seton Hall beating Villanova to knock Villanova from the ranks of the undefeated. And then Butler, the win over 15th ranked St. John's. The Johnnies now 0-2 in Big East play. But that is the only road team to win a game so far in Big East competition. As you see the second ranked win over an opponent of the season. Butler beat North Carolina. That was in a non-conference game. And the battle for Atlantis.
Exactly. Also beat Georgetown.
Right.
He's not in the top 25 card, as you know, and that was another great win for the Bulldogs.
That's a bizarre one. The win over Georgetown. They're both in the Big East, but that was a non-league game in Atlantis, so they already have a win over a Big East opponent at the end of November. Doesn't count in the league standings, so both teams are 1-1 right now. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen from Hinkle Fieldhouse. 1928, home of the Butler Bulldogs, home for decades to all the Indiana State High School playoffs, and of course, fictionally, home of Hickory's state championship.
And I was at Xavier for 9 years, Carter. We played here every year, and it's a great place to play. It's a nice floor, very springy because it's not on concrete or any type of linoleum or anything like that. It's raised, so it's got a nice spring. I even had some hops.
Yeah, does it make a difference?
Oh, definitely.
Because of the springiness?
Springy, sure. Definitely. You can jump better, and it's better in your knees. You don't get tendonitis as a player, or ankles getting swollen. So it's great. It's raised, so it's a great court. Tremendous tradition, and people in Indiana, as you know, love basketball.
$36 million renovation this past summer. Now, a lot of those were building more offices, improving the locker rooms.
Yep.
Did a pretty good job of maintaining the historic nature of the place. Helen Dunham off a screen to give Butler the lead coming out of the timeout.
Great call by Coach Holton. Triple screen for a great shooter. Helen Dunham buried it.
Dunham averaging 17 a game. That's third in the Big East. This is the first lead of the game for Butler. Harris up high. Bentel back to Harris. Tyler Harris, the junior, knuckleballs. His first look from three. 7th straight for Butler, first lead for the Bulldogs. Etherington throws it away, taken away by Jalen Lindsay. The long outlet pass ahead. It's out of bounds off Providence, right back to Butler.
What we see now, Butler basket here. We see Dunham, come see here, hold it there, please. Right there. It's a single double. Dunham's one of the best shooters in the country. He's got 2 screens here, one there, one on the other side. He's coming off there, coming off the double. Buries it.
Now, I asked Dunham, he's from Pendleton, Indiana. I asked him about, all right, give me something fun about Pendleton, Indiana. He says, and this is Kellen's quote about Pendleton, Indiana. He says, there's not really much fun about Pendleton. He says there's some great antique stores downtown. So if you're looking for some antiques, maybe a gift for your mom, Pendleton, Indiana is the place to go. That was Kellen's scouting report on his hometown.
That's good information.
Absolutely. You know, you need a nice lamp sometimes.
Oh, my goodness.
To kick basketball, no reset of the clock. We'll go back.
Friars are in a zone now. They're doing that because Butler is penetrating, and they got a key on Dunham. They're cheating.
Jones called for a walk. So give it right back to Providence, and another chance to regain the lead.
Sometimes in the zone defense, you can find a great shooter better. everybody key on it. Sometimes man-to-man, they're coming off screen, so Providence plays a very good 2-3 zone, so I think we're going to see a zone for a while to try to shut down Kellen Dunham, who's a fabulous shooter for Butler.
This is LaDonte Hinton, guarded now by Roosevelt Jones.
Jones is the best defender for Butler. He guards point guards, two guards, crossing guards, body guards, any type of guards. He'll guard big guys too. So he can do it all.
5 to shoot. Dunn travels, give it right back to Butler. Missed chance for the Friars.
In a row, Carter, you know, you can't turn it over. You got to take care of the basketball. Eddie Cooley really dressed very, very well. We said 2, probably back in the 2-3 zone for the Friars. We'll see.
Ed Cooley, 4th season at Providence. He spent his entire coaching career in New England. Says his goal right now, have to be urgent but patient, which is sometimes difficult as a coach.
Exactly. The weakness in the 2-3 zone is a high post.
Travis kick out, Barlow 3.
Good way to attack his zone. Great way to attack his zone. So get it to the high post, kick it back out, inside out. Barlow is a money guy. He looks like just an ordinary guy, right? Gutty player, bigger the game, the better Alex Barlow plays.
10 straight for Butler, 4 points. This is the Bulldogs' largest lead.
Providence goes back to their tight flex. It's their money thing. Oh boy.
Air ball in the corner from Ben Bentel. Jones pushes, Dunham trailing, 3 ball. Back-to-back triples from Butler. 13 straight. Timeout, Providence. A 7-point edge for Butler, largest lead for the Bulldogs in their Big East home opener. Back-to-back threes.
Great job against the zone defense by the Friars. Travis kicks it out. Corner, Barlow buries it. Transition, you got to get back on the Butler Bulldogs. Jones kicks it to Dunham. Dunham from way downtown knocks it in. You got to get back. You got to cover the 3-point line in transition against Butler.
Providence has gone nearly 5 minutes without scoring. Butler, Pete, you point out there, back-to-back threes. One of those comes in the half-court offense. One of them comes in the full court.
They can do anything. They can score, carve you up in a half-court offense, and then transition there. They're lethal. You know who to find. Find Dunham. He's a great shooter. Providence got to do is they got to drive the basketball. I would space them a little bit because they're quicker, penetrate and pitch.
Butler shot 62% Saturday in the win at St. John's. Off to a hot shooting start against Providence. 7-point edge. Into DeRozier's on the post. Skip pass across the lane. Harris finishes. Finally, Providence gets a bucket out of the timeout.
Big basket for the Friars. He's got to sit down and guard 2 by 2. Butler, take your time. Reverse the ball. Try to get a good shot. Roosevelt Jones could attack the basket.
Here goes Roosevelt Jones attacking. Missed it at the rim. Who touched it last? Providence did. Butler keeps it. It's a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. 21-16 on the Friars in Big East play. On AT&T at the half. We send it right back to Adam, Wally Zerbiak, Mateen Cleves, and Gary Parrish in New York. Already an active night around college basketball, especially in the SEC. So more on that Ole Miss Kentucky overtime from Rupp Arena, as well as Arkansas, Georgia, and the other big one in the Big East with Villanova and St. John's. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen from Hinkle Fieldhouse. Butler, a 13-0 run to take a 7-point lead. Providence has it back down to 5. And out of the inbounds, a Butler turnover. Ed Cooley is halfway on the floor.
He's a 6th man coming in. He's fired up. It's fighting for his team. He knows he's in a tough environment. He's got a young team, Carter. They're up and down. I think they've got a great future. And sometimes young guys up and down, especially on the road. Butler goes to a 2-3 zone because they're worried about the inside scoring of Providence. DeRozier really hurt him early, so they're trying to pack it in. Match-up zone. Now they're going man-to-man. They showed the zone, now in man-to-man, Carter.
Down to 10 to shoot. Hinton gets the screen, brings it back. Over Travis. There's LaDonte Hinton, averaging 21.5 Hinton has 7 for the Friars so far. Barlow on the wing, back to Jones. Dunham covered up as soon as he touches it. Kick to Barlow. 3 spins out. Hinton has the board, and now Dunn runs the Friars. Lindsay nearly turned it over. Harris underneath, blocked by Travis, and now the Bulldogs run.
1-on-3, Jones. He didn't care card. He was going 1 against 3.
Reach in foul. That is on Chris Dunn. His first. Three team fouls against Providence, 5 against Butler. Zone from Providence. Jones back to Dunham. Travis nearly intercepted it. Dunham, tough 1-footer. That's Kellen Dunham.
Tough shot with the jump stop. He worked hard this summer, Carter, on shooting off the dribble, creating his own shot. Heck of a move.
8 in the game for Dunham. He had 28 Saturday at St. John's. Harris, tough finish inside. That's Tyler Harris, the junior from Dix Hills, New York. His older brother Tobias, now with the Orlando Magic after playing in Tennessee.
Roberts doing a great job pounding it inside, Carter. That's why Butler might have to go back to the zone.
DeRozier's gets 1 block, gets a 2nd block, almost a 3rd, but Roosevelt Jones able to finish.
How about him? What a competitor. How tough is he? With a big heart, boy. You see why Butler missed him so badly last year. 14 and 17, 4-14 in the conference. But much better this year. Main reason, Roosevelt Jones. What he does on the court, but the confidence and toughness he gives to everybody else. They see him mixing it up. He guards the best player very often on every opponent. Great player.
Hinton into Harris at the high post. Big rebound yanked down by Cameron Woods. Jones attacks again, trailing Travis. Knuckleball.
A lot of groans.
that one was in the air. All the Hinkle Fieldhouse was anxious.
Everybody want to get a beer.
Dunn kick out to Hinton. Back and forth. Dunham attacks and dunks. Kellen Dunham.
Both these teams are really hurting each other in transition. Both these teams are not getting back.
Kellen Dunham, 10 points in the game, double-figure scoring. All 16 games this season for Butler.
Butler, I go back to the 2-3 zone because right now Providence is hurting them inside and they're really too quick.
Dunn, step back. First 2 of the game for Chris Dunn, who averages almost 13 a game. Dunham takes it on the wing. Step back, Dunham. He's starting to find his rhythm. Kellen Dunham, 12 in the first half. Butler leads it by 6. Entry to DeRozier's, and he's fouled. Going to the hoop, sending us to an official timeout.
For Butler, it's all about toughness and persistence. Jones misses it, goes up and again with the trees, again and again. What a big hard for the guy. But a tough in transition too. Shot fake by Dunham, attack the basket, send it home. Dunham, don't be so mean.
You knew it was coming sometime with Pete Gillen calling a Providence game. There's Pete in 1997 Southeast Regional Final, down to the wire with the Arizona Wildcats, but Pete, the Wildcats end up winning it in overtime to go to the Final Four. Lute Olson cutting down the nets, the Southeast Regional Final. They end up cutting down the nets and winning the national championship. I mean, By the way, show me your ring. Show me your ring.
Well, it's my Providence ring. I don't tell the Butler people, but I got it on right now. But that was a tough one. I think about that loss. If I had a good out-of-bounds play, I'd be eating steak and eggs Benedict all the time rather than tossed salad. But it was a great game. Lute Olson's a wonderful guy, but we came real close to get to the Final Four, and then who knows, anything could have happened.
And that was a loaded Arizona team.
Oh, they were great. They had Jason Terry, who's a pro, and Mike Bibby and Dickerson. They were a great team. We had some great players, too. God Shamgard, who's right now on the Friars bench, assistant coach for Providence. So we had a great team, too. Ruben Goss, Austin Crozier, who does a great job. So we had a great team, too. Well, we came close, but it doesn't count.
Now, I'll have to say this was our production team's idea, but here we are in Indianapolis where that 1997 Final Four would have been. So, yeah, out in front of the Indiana State Capitol, and now the present home of Lucas Oil Stadium. It was RCA earlier, but yeah.
I don't believe yeah, it was the crew wanted it, you know, to bring back memories. There's God Shamgard right there. He was my point guard, and got a little older now. He's about 38 years old, but a great point guard, great young man, and he's going to finish his degree at Providence, and hopefully be a coach someday in college, or possibly, work in the NBA as a development guy.
Done a lot of work with LaDontae Hinton. He really credits his work with God Shamgard this offseason with helping him come back and play more as a perimeter guy. So on the Providence bench now with Ed Cooley, God Shamgard, Elite 18.
And he helped Bryce Cotton last year, who was an MVP, as you know, of the Big East tournament. God Shamgard helped him out. A lot of late nights in the Providence gym working with Bryce, which you can do, volunteer work, and he helped Bryce a great deal.
Dante Hinton, the senior out of Lansing, Michigan. Butler by 5. Providence led by 6 early. Butler's largest lead, 7 points.
Providence, just pack it in now. Pack it in, help on the drive. I don't know if they have the outside shooting other than Barlow would gun him out of the game.
The shot clock, by the way, stopped. Now Ed Cooley's yelling because the shot clock just stopped. I mean, it was at 35 seconds. So there's a clear problem with the shot clock. It just froze at 35 seconds. It was ticking down, somehow reset. After it was reset, then just froze at 35 seconds. So now Brian O'Connell to the monitor to try and figure out. Never ran. Froze at 35 the whole time.
Yep.
So now they're going to have to go off the game clock to figure out how much time went off the shot clock, where it would have been when play is stopped, how much to put back on it. But it was deep into the possession before anybody noticed that the shot clock was not running.
Took a long time, Carter. Nobody realized it.
Right.
Officials, no one did. I didn't realize it.
Now, credit the Providence bench because one of the assistant coaches pointed it out to Ed Cooley, who then pointed it out to the officials. And now it's up to Brian O'Connell, Jim Burr, and Gary Prager, our officiating crew tonight. By the way, Big East lives. When you have Pete Gillen, Jim Burr, I mean, this is Big East basketball.
Danny Gavitt.
Yeah.
The late Dave Gavitt, who was a fabulous coach. He started the Big East, as you know, and unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, but he's a legend. And his son is here, who works for the NCAA, and he's in the stands tonight, and he's attendance at the game, and did a great job for the Friars. Wonderful guy. Yeah, Jim Burr's had an excellent career as an official. Got a lot of people going after him because he had made a lot of calls, but he's done a great job in his career.
That DG on the Providence uniforms is in honor of the late Dave Gavitt, who was Providence head coach, athletic director, and one of the pioneers of the Big East. I mean, really the godfather of the old Big East.
He was. He put it together. His idea with a couple other athletic directors, and he was a catalyst. So he did a great job putting it together, and it lives on, and it's a great year for the Big East, Carter. It was good last year. It's even better this year. Top to bottom. Bottom team's gotten a lot better.
So after that adjustment, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Take it right back up where play was interrupted, 2:16, 3 seconds to shoot. Dunham's going to have to heave it over Cartwright. Offensive rebound for Butler. Pulled down by Weidman. Second chance. Etherington with a big bucket. And what a turnaround for Butler.
Unbelievable. Right now, Butler's winning the battle of the boards, Carter. 19 rebounds to 10 for the Friars. That shouldn't happen. Providence is bigger and more athletic.
Missed 3 from Jalen Lindsey, but he hustles, and a second chance for the Friars. Largest lead of the game now for Butler. Providence led by as many as 6. Butler leads it by 8. Dunn, step back. After a slow start for Chris Dunn, showing off the step back move.
Heck of a move. Redshirt sophomore. He missed just about 2 years, so he's still getting the rust off card. He's been a little inconsistent, but I think he's a great player. Long and athletic. We talked about leads the Big East in assists and steals.
Dunham, floater, fouled. He'll earn a trip to the free throw line. Get the fastest scores and updates for Providence, Butler, and all the teams from the CBS Sports app. The fastest app for sports fans. Download the CBS Sports app now. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen from Hinkle Fieldhouse, and Dunham with a rare free throw miss. He is an 87% foul shooter. This is the first of 2.
Money in the bank.
Dunham 12 first half points. He comes in averaging 17 a game, 3rd in the Big East. Have 2 of the top 3 scorers here tonight with Hinton and Dunham. D'Angelo Harrison of St. John's right now, 2nd in the Big East in scoring.
It's nice having 2 of the top scorers, as you say, the Big East right here, right in front of us. 2 great players. The question is, who's going to be the 2nd and 3rd scorers for each team? They haven't had consistent scoring for Friars. Right now, the Friars' 2nd leading scorer is Chris Dunn, the point guard. You don't want your point guard scoring too much. You want him to distribute, be a threat, but not take too many shots.
Dunn gets a break right now with 1:08 left. Foul, by the way, was on Keelan Martin. So Dunn to the free throw line. Dunn, McDonald's All-American, the first for Providence since God Shamgar.
Exactly. Yep.
Ed Cooley, watched him play when Cooley was the head coach at Fairfield. Developed a relationship there, and then when Cooley got the job at Providence in the Big East, Chris Dunn from New London, Connecticut said he'd go play for him.
Ed's a great recruiter. Providence Friars are in great hands with Ed Cooley as their head coach.
Jones nearly turns it over, gets it back. Etherington with 10 to shoot. Attacks, blocked by Dunn. And a run-out chance for Chris Dunn and the Friars. Gives it up for the dunk. Finished off by Jalen Lindsey.
Like something there, Carter. Pretty physical.
Play on in a 5-point game. Butler 33, Providence 28. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds left in the half. Timeout by Butler with 11.8 before the end of the half. Bulldogs have the last possession. Try and get Kellen Dunham back in the game.
Exactly. Here we see Etherington drives. Look like contact by DeRozier's. Dunn pushes it. Nice pass. Nice flush by Lindsey. Terrific defense for the Friars. Nice finish.
That goes back to your point about contrasting styles, right? Providence trying to get out in transition more.
Exactly. Very athletic, very quick. They get out in transition and murder. The last home game when they played against Creighton, they were fabulous in the open court. So, but they got to get stops. They can't just take it out of the net. Ed Cooley does not like to run after a basket by Butler, their opponent. He wants to walk it up because he wants to get a good shot. He's afraid that if they score, we might come down and take a bad shot or a rush shot. So Eddie wants to control that, and that makes sense. Done a great job. Did a great job at Fairfield, as you mentioned. He was there before.
Your alma mater, yeah.
He's done a great job there, and he's continued. It's only his 4th year at Providence. Took him to the NCAA tournament last year. Should have beat North Carolina right there. Right there, just, Marcus Page stepped up in the last couple of minutes.
Won the Big East tournament for the first time in 2 decades.
Yeah, Rick Barnes was there.
Chambers puts 2 hands on Barlow. That is only 5 team fouls on Providence, so they have 1 more to give before the 1-and-1 with 8.6. So inbound into the backcourt. Chambers goes to foul. Barlow again. Was he shooting? They're going to say he was shooting, which means 3 shots for Barlow.
Cooley's going crazy. He's got to be careful. He's got to get a tee.
They call it a shooting foul. So Chambers comes into the game specifically to foul. Rarely used, and they're going to call that a shooting foul. I mean, Pete, he hoists it and hits the back of the rim. That's a shot.
Exactly. And it's a good call. He should have fouled him before. Fouled him as he was dribbling up the half court. Here he is. He bumped him. He bumped him. He came to the side.
Tyree Chambers had played all of 5 minutes this season. So into the half, you bring in Tyree Chambers with 2 fouls to give. He effectively gives 1 foul. And then on the second foul that he's in there basically to just use those fouls up, ends up with a 3-point shot by Alex Barlow to close out the half. 6.1 still remaining.
Cooley's still hot. Again, it's a freshman. Got to practice fouling.
Dunn almost unopposed, and now Woods with a hard foul on Dunn with 1.4. That'll send Chris Dunn to the line. Now this is a guy who has had 2 surgeries on his right shoulder and takes a tough tumble there with 1.4 left in the half.
Yeah, you got to hold your breath because he's a great player for the Friars. The point guard plays a lot of minutes, 30 minutes a game, so hopefully he's okay, but that was a tough fall. That could have been a flagrant one. I mean, you'll have to see that again, but he went down hard. He's attacking the basket. Nice move by Dunn. Whoa. I think referees ought to look at that.
And I believe now they are. They're going to go to the monitor to see if this is flagrant 1, potentially against Cameron Woods.
Yep. And that means flagrant 1 means 2 shots and the basketball. So even with 1.4, Friars get 2 shots, and if they do call it flagrant 1, plus the basketball, they got a chance to cut into this lead a little bit, possibly.
So basically the last possession of the half, if it is called a flagrant 1, that's what used to be called the intentional foul. Now in the rule book, it's called a flagrant 1. That's a hard foul. Question is, does it rise to excessive for a flagrant?
Yeah, he went to block it. He was not trying to hurt him. He went to block it. I think that's just play on card. I don't think that was a flagrant 1.
And in fact, that is the call. They call it a quote-unquote basketball play, as the rule book says.
Yep. Nope.
But still 2 shots coming for Chris Dunn. Misses the first. Dunn right around 65% from the foul line on the year. Gets the second 7-point game. Butler has the last possession with 1.4. Long pass ahead. Travis, did he get it off? Doesn't matter. Spins out. So it's Butler 36, Providence 29 at the break. A game in which Providence led by as many as 7.
Great play. Travis just couldn't finish. He's from Rhode Island, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. He's trying really hard, just wouldn't go.
Providence led early, but it is Butler 36-29 at the break. After the break, stay tuned for AT&T at the half. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Fieldhouse halftime score, Butler 36, Providence 29. Carter Blackburn with former Providence head coach Pete Gillen. We'll look at the first half numbers here in a little bit, but Pete, the rebounding differential, Providence big-time advantage. What does that tell you? Or rather, Butler with the big-time rebounding advantage. What does that tell you about the first half?
Butler's up 20-12 on the boards. Right now, they're mixing up more. They're playing. They're getting in the mud. They're getting in the glue. They're getting bloody nose lane. They're pushing and shoving. Friars got to push back.
Let's take a look at our AT&T first half analysis. It begins with Providence pick and pop.
Nice pick and pop here. We see Tobias Harris, who's Tyler Harris, rather, right here, coming off the screen. Dante Henton is going to set the pick, and he's going to pop out. Travis is defensive Butler. He's going to hedge, and he doesn't get back. So here comes Harris, comes off the screen. Dante Henton pops. Travis does not get back, and Henton buries a 3. Nice pick and pop by the Friars.
7 first half points for Hinton, but Kellen Dunham's outscored him with 13.
Amazing. Coming off the screen, quick, scores in transition. He faked the shot, boom, he dunks it. Nice step back move. He drives it, pushes off the left foot, steps back. You do that, Carter, to get a little bit more time and space. Nice shot.
Take a look at those first half numbers, and as we pointed out, the rebounds and especially the offensive rebounds. 10 offensive rebounds leading to 10 second chance points, extra possessions for the Butler Bulldogs.
Exactly. Bulldogs had 9 more shots than the Friars, so right now the boards are the difference. The team that controls the boards controls the game. Right now, Butler's controlling the boards, but long way to go, Carter. Big key now is first 4 minutes of the second half. Who's going to grab the game by the throat?
What do you want to see from Providence in the first 4 minutes of the second half?
Well, just good defense now, all right, and I like to see him keep pounding it inside. Get the ball inside. He's starting some young guys here in the second half, Carter. Chuku, the big guys in there now for DeRozier, so he's got Dunn and Henton, his 2 top guys, and got some young guys in there.
Entry goes into Kellen Dunham, who is immediately fouled. That's Ted Bancroft, the senior walk-on from Marion, Massachusetts. Now, Pete, could you infer that maybe some messages being sent by Ed Cooley to say that some of the guys who played in the first half didn't play as hard as they should?
Definitely. I think it's just competing more. Be more aggressive. Don't let Butler outwork you, out-tough you. He said, we talked to him yesterday at practice, you and I, he says, we can't let them be out physicalists. You can't let the Bulldogs, be more physical. In the first half, Bulldogs were a little bit more physical than the Friars. Clean, weren't dirty, but physical.
Travis, you pointed out the Rhode Island native takes a tough tumble there. Nice piece in the Providence Journal by Kevin McNamara about Andrew Travis playing against the Providence Friars for the second time. Last year, Providence won both of the games against Butler, including here at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Exactly. It's only the 3rd all-time meeting between Providence and Butler.
Lamamba gets that personal foul. So the earlier foul was on Ted Bancroft. He plays less than 5 minutes a game, and yet out there to begin the second half on the road at Butler. Dunham, contested 3. Hinton had his hand right in his face. Rebound pulled down by Pascal Chuku, the 7'2" freshman. Dunn, step back. Long rebound, picked up by Providence.
Gotta get those hustle plays.
Just the 4th offensive rebound for the Friars.
Friars are back in their tight flex, which a lot of baseline cuts and down screens, trying to get a shot from the elbow area or try to get a layup underneath the basket.
Entry to Chris Dunn, posting up, kick out, Bancroft off the shot fake, Lamamba. No good. Jones to a trailing Dunham, covered up immediately by Bancroft, and now it's going to be a foul on the floor. That's another one against Bancroft. Correction. Fouls on Lamamba, his second.
Right now, once again, the Friars just got to compete, be aggressive. Nice block shot by Chuku.
Dunn to Hinton. That's a blocking foul underneath. Called on Barlow, trying to draw the charge. His second.
Friars are really tough in transition. Hinton could have gone either way. It was close. Dante Hinton is a great player.
This is his birthday, Pete, his 23rd birthday. He said his best birthday he's ever spent was his junior year of high school. His high school, Eastern High School in Lansing. They beat their rival Sexton High School with Denzel Valentine and went to Michigan State. He said, yeah, that's his 17th birthday, was a pretty sweet one. Hopes to get a win on his 23rd. Of course, he wears
number 23, Michael Jordan. He's a tremendous player. He's really stepped up. Worked hard in the offseason on his perimeter shot. Works out with guard Shamgard. Talked before, played for me at Providence years ago.
Jones finishes and one. That's Roosevelt Jones again.
How about him? How tough is he? Talking about toughness. This guy is a wrecking machine in the low post. 6'3", gets in the post. Boom, goes through 2 guys. He's a professional layup taker, Todd. I've never seen anybody take layups the way he does. Left hand, right hand. a great shooter, but boy, can he finish in traffic.
This equals the largest lead of the game.
Gonna go to Hinton. Get your best play the ball.
Into Hinton, guarded by Jones, bothered him on the shot. Tie up, possession arrow's gonna give it right back to Providence.
Providence possession.
A Providence team who has wins over Florida State and Notre Dame, and yet a home loss to Brown.
Yeah, that's a big rival, Carter, as you know, in the city of Providence, so anything can happen.
Jim Burr headed to the scorer's table. I think this may be another shot clock issue. We shall see. Don't know. Yep. Adding 3 seconds, so another timing error. There'll be 3 seconds added on. We had a big shot clock error in the first half.
It's a late game. I might be getting a little bit woozy.
Yeah, twitchy on the
the fingers, but getting back to Providence and Brown in the city of Providence. Of course, Brown, an Ivy League program, got a good program. That's a Super Bowl for Brown. Providence is a big game, but for Brown, and give Brown credit. We played when I was coach there. It was always a battle card. It's a tough game.
How many times did you lose to Brown?
We were fortunate. We were 4-0. But what happened was, I think the Friars played Kentucky. Played them tough for 33 minutes, then last 8-9 minutes kind of got pushed around. And talking to Ed, you and I yesterday, and he said, hey, we didn't bounce back. We lost to BC the next game on the road, and we lost to Brown. And our confidence was really shattered for a while. So I think that, with a young team, you got to be careful. So it's great playing Kentucky, but sometimes you can have after effects.
So Providence has 4 losses on the year. Those 2 on the road at Kentucky and BC. They lost at home to Brown, and then Saturday at Marquette. Dunn almost unopposed to the rim.
Terrific player. Friars got to get a road win. They're 0-3 on the road. Tough place to play, but they got to get a road win. I think in this conference, if you can get 3 road wins, whole serve at home, win 8 out of 9, which is not easy. 11 wins, you're in great shape to go to the big dance.
Butler's still the only team in the Big East to win a conference road game this year. Georgetown's win over Marquette earlier tonight. Villanova's playing St. John's at the Garden right now. 4 seconds to shoot. Barlow rejected by Chris Dunn. That's a shot clock violation. What a block by Dunn. Wow. Look at Dunn.
Yeah. Boy, he's long and athletic. Very talented. Butler needs Travis to get back in the game. Fortunately, it looked like he's okay. Band-aid above his eye. He gives them toughness.
Barlow gets the steal and a run out for Alex Barlow, the former walk-on point guard from Cincinnati's Moeller High School.
He came to Butler because he wants to be a college coach. He wanted to play for Brad Stevens, be a walk-on. Brad left, as you know, to coach the Celtics, but he was a walk-on for a couple of years. Last year as a junior, he finally got full scholarship. Boy, does he deserve it.
Open look in the corner. LaDontae Hinton left wide open, buries the 3. Providence has it to 5. It was a 7-point edge for Butler at the break. The Bulldogs have led it by 8, but LaDontae Hinton, the leading scorer in the Big East, starting to catch his rhythm, hoping to lead the Friars back at historic Hinkle. Representing the city of Indianapolis in that 2010 Final Four. The next year they went back in Houston, but there have been some terrific Final Fours here in Indianapolis. 2015 Final Four at Lucas Oil Stadium, April 4th and 6th. Duke won it in 2010. We already showed you what happened in 1997 when Arizona won it. And those are the 2 banners that hang proudly at Hinkle Fieldhouse. There's Dan Gavin, NCAA Vice President of Men's Basketball Championships. Dan with his family here. They oftentimes come up to Butler to watch, but of course, when Providence is here, where Dan was, what, briefly on your staff?
Yes, he was.
Friars?
For about 2 weeks. when we came to Providence in 1994, we hired him for a couple of weeks as a third assistant, but then he decided to go into administration, go into working athletically, but not in the coaching field. And he's done a great job. He's taken off, doing a great job. Class guy.
I love the initiative that Dan spearheaded to. Instead of saying that 64 teams get a bye into the second round, you just say you're going to have a first four and then you're going to have a first round. Exactly. It was confusing saying that the team would win one game and make it to the third round of the tournament. It didn't make sense.
Exactly. And you're in the third round. Well, you won 2 games. No, we won 1 game. It was very confusing. So it's much better to more clarity that way.
That foul was on Cameron Woods, his third. Providence brings it back, down by 5. This is Chris Dunn on the wing. Skip to Ted Bancroft. Nearly turns it over. There's 11 to shoot. So Dunn gets a screen from Chukwu. 7 to shoot. Takes it himself and buries it. And we have a 3-point game.
Great shot by Chris Dunn. Boy, he's talented. Hit his own shot. Tremendous defensive player. Right now, momentum for the Friars.
9 points in the game now for Chris Dunn. Travis, the Rhode Island native, back to Woods. 0-2 goes down for Cameron Woods.
Nice job. I didn't know he had that in his arsenal. 16-footer. From Butler, I would go zone. I'd pack it in, make him shoot over it, so he can cheat to Dante Henton. You have trouble guarding him because right now the Friars are too quick.
Dunn crossing Barlow over into the paint. Misses the floater. Going to be a foul called against Butler on the floor, fighting for the rebound.
Dunn attacking the basket. It's a good look. Yeah, good call. Travis with a push.
So Andrew Travis gets his second. Dunn resets the Friars.
Cameron Woods, 6'9", guarding Chris Dunn, 6'4", so a big challenge for Woods to try to guard a terrific point guard.
Hinton behind a couple screens, knocks down the 3. LaDontae Hinton, 14 in the game. The leading scorer in the Big East, 2-point game again. Butler's largest lead has been 8, down to 2. Providence hustling in the second half. Hinton's outlet. Dunn goes behind the back, leading the break. Dunn, blocking foul called underneath. Dunn will have a chance to tie it at the line.
Here we see Dante Denton here now coming off a double screen. We have 2 screens on the baseline, one here, one there. He's coming off a double screen here. Goes right there, boom. Jump shot, great offense for the Friars. 2 screens for the leading scorer in the Big East.
Dunn 2 shots with a chance to tie. This is the first.
Friars got to keep guarding Dunham. Stop him. They slow him down. Butler's going to have a tough time beating him. Easier said than done. Your Butler got a screen for Dunham.
Dunham is yet to score in the second half. That bucket does not count. Fouls on the floor. On Lumumba, his third. Defensive specialist, native of Montreal. Jones, push shot. Fight for the loose ball, won by Providence. Friars on the run, a chance to tie or take the lead. Loose ball, still loose. Friars get it back, done, and we're tied at 42. Down 7 at the half. Providence is charged back to even it, 42 all.
Doing with defense, Carter. Great defense by the Friars. They're slowing down Dunham. Right now, Butler doesn't have a lot of answers offensively.
Reach-in foul called on LaDontae Hinton.
You see, Henton, good hustle by both teams. Jones had it. Dunn gets it. Nice finish for Chris Dunn.
We ask who's going to step up besides LaDontae Hinton for Providence. That's 12 in the game now for Chris Dunn with 4 rebounds.
Fabulous player. And McCarty's been out for almost 2 years, so he's getting the rust off.
Travis to the free throw line to even it again at 43. That's 5 assists for Dunn as well.
Terrific player. Tremendous athlete.
Travis, the native of Portsmouth, Rhode Island, puts Butler back on top against Providence.
2-3 zone by Butler. Great move. The Friars right now are attacking to get into the rim. They're beating Butler off the bounce because they're too quick. So they want to pack it in, make the Friars shoot it.
Lob to the rim on the backside of the zone. Woods corrals it. Roosevelt Jones to Dunham, playing through contact, and now a foul called on the floor. Lamamba says, who? Who fouled him? That's his fourth.
Pretty cool. He's got to be careful. Here you go. He got bumped. Nice. A little bit of acting, Carter, but he got hit. He got hit about 3 times.
Right. Yeah, the third one was the one that got him.
Yeah.
Dunham gets the first. So Butler now in the bonus. 17 fouls against the Friars.
Long way to go now. 12 minutes, 21 seconds, and Butler's in a bonus. So if you're Butler, Cardi, keep attacking the basket. Bring the big guy out. Bring Chuku out. Have him set a screen. Keep driving the ball. 2-3 zone by Butler. I think it's a good move. With the Friars here now. All right, I'm looking for Henton. He's my best shooter. Or screen the top of the zone. Have Dunn drive it.
Into the paint. That's Lamamba driving in, drawing a foul. In the middle of the zone, a foul called. That's on Travis, and that is his 4th personal foul.
Big, big foul. But it's going to hurt.
Junior Lamamba at the line. He'll have 2 shots.
So Lamamba a chance to get Providence back within 1. He's still out there with 4 personals. Travis, who got his 4th, will head to the Butler bench.
Ed Cooley right now is really getting on the officials. He's fighting with his guys. He's lucky he doesn't want to get a tee. Close game.
Lamamba gets them both. He was only 2 for 4 from the line prior to those shots. 1-point game.
Chuku's in there to play defense. Big guy for the Friars. Protect the basket.
Jones, another tough floater. Rebound yanked by Lamamba. Dunn attacks. A chance to give Providence the lead again.
He's back to man-to-man.
Dribble handoff for Dunn. Spinning in the paint. Dunn misses. Boarded by Barlow. Nice touch pass. Bounce underneath and a blocked shot. Sends Providence on the run. Hinton gives it right back. Barlow out ahead. Oh my goodness. Cameron Woods, a wide open dunk. Fumbles it out of bounds. In a 1-point game, Woods has a wide open dunk, and the senior from Louisville. Yikes. Butler clinging to a 1-point lead against Providence. We listen in to the Providence huddle during the last timeout.
The baseline, like you're coming off the screen. You're going to hear. Give him some eye candy. Ted, come off the screen. Come off the screen. Come over the top of it. Act like you're going to use the screen. Be careful and don't turn it over. When you spin dribble, you got to get low. Look, act like you're going across the man the hole.
Here's LaDontae Hinton.
Nice pick and pop. Really improved his 3-point shooting. Hard work during the summer. Nice double screen on the baseline. Hinton's doing it all. Special player. That time Eddie Cooley in the huddle was saying, hey, let's attack the basket. There's a lot of noise in there, but let's spread it, let's attack, let's go off the bounce. Henton with 14 points, 6 rebounds. So he's got to step up on the road, Carter. Senior, All-American candidate. Imagine him being preseason second team, all Big East. Some coaches were sleeping at the switch when they had that vote.
He leads the Big East in scoring, 6th in the nation in scoring. And LaDontae Hinton leading the way right now.
Nice job by Butler. 2-3 zone. Pack it in. Got to know where Hinton is. Keep it tight.
There's Hinton off the feed from the high post. Offensive rebound. Second chance for Providence. Chukwu gets the board.
The weakness now is the high post. Get the ball to the foul line, but you need a skilled guy to get it there. Or you can screen the top of the zone for Chris Dunn.
Air ball 3 from Bancroft. Etherington blocked by Chukwu. Dunn runs the Friars.
Etherington can't guard Dunn. Just clear out. Take him to the basket. Back to the zone by Butler. Good move. Pack the zone in. I'd screen the top of the zone and have Chris Dunn drive the basketball. Screen Barlow or Denham in the front. Screen the zone.
10 to shoot. Hinton, step back. Boarded by Roosevelt Jones, who runs Butler.
Butler has not been in the flow offensively, Carter, the second half. Credit the defense by the Friars.
Woods fouled on the dunk attempts. Woods couldn't get that one to go down, and he had the earlier fumbled dunk opportunity in transition.
Chukwu's causing some problems in there. When we talked to Ed Cooley, he said, boy, I love this young guy. He's getting better every second, he was saying. And he is. Young guy, but he's very active, tremendous shot blocker, and got to work on his hands a little bit, but he's going to be outstanding for the Friars.
Native of Nigeria, Pastor Chukwu. He is 7'2".
He went to Fairfield Prep High School. It's a great high school in Fairfield, Connecticut. It's right on the campus of Fairfield University, and a great academic school, and he was a terrific player. The team got to the state finals last year.
Woods puts Butler back up by 3. Cameron Woods gets a break on the Butler bench. Providence trying to become the second road team to win a Big East Conference game. The first was Butler. They won at 15th ranked St. John's on Saturday.
Tough to win on the road, any conference, Carter, especially the Big East.
Dunn attacks off the dribble. Hinton has to corral it. Butler hounding Hinton and Dunn, the 2 top scorers for Providence. 8 to shoot. Bancroft, another 3 attempts. Another miss. Battle for the loose ball, won by Chukwu and Providence. Difference maker.
Chukwu's doing a nice job, Carter, both ends. Trying to control the paint. Screen the top of the zone. See if Dunn can get into the lane.
There's Dunn in the lane. Off the window, 1-point game.
Tremendous penetrator. That's their offense right now, Carter. It's either Hinton with a jumper or Chris Dunn screening the zone and getting into the lane and either kicking it or trying to finish.
Dunham catches at the high post, off the screen, finds Weidman, misses a layup, loose ball again, won by Providence. Dunn in a fight for the ball, have a reach-in foul. That's going to be called on Roosevelt Jones, and Dunn takes another tough tumble.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 4, Tyler Weidman, his second. 7th on the team.
Fouls on Weidman, his second.
Bump, just couldn't finish it. Just strum there. Well, he just was out of control then, I think. Just going for the ball and just kind of lost his footing.
That's now 17 fouls against Butler, so both teams are in the bonus. 1-1 coming for Chris Dunn.
Which team makes the most free throws, Carter, is going to decide this contest.
Dunn, well, that's a tough one. You take a tumble. He's had the banged up shoulder throughout his career, but he's right up on his feet to the free throw line to hit the front end.
Heck of a job. Pryor shoots 70% from the line. Butler's not quite as good. They're a little bit under that, Carter. They're about 65%. So free throw shooting contest down the stretch. Advantage Friars.
That's a loose ball rebound, nearly corralled by Providence, but it'll be Butler ball. Dunn's going to get a break right now for Providence, as is Dunham. Tied 48, second time we've been tied. Martin kicks it out. Etherington on to Jones in the paint. Jones dumps it off last minute, and a foul by Cartwright to send us to an official timeout. 7:57 to go, back and forth in Indianapolis.
These new chicken strips taste amazing. Subway.
A good one from Hinkle Fieldhouse in the Big East. Providence and Butler even at 48. 7:57 to go, and when we're done here, it's on to the Mountain West Conference and the premier matchup in the Mountain West Conference. At least the teams have won the last 5 Mountain West Conference tournaments. It's New Mexico and San Diego State. Andrew Cadlon, Steve Lavis, Jamie Erdahl have the call for you there. It has been the Aztecs and the Lobos dominating in recent years in the Mountain West Conference tournament, including the Lobos beating San Diego State 2 out of the last 3 years in the Mountain West Conference title game. That is coming up next. Mountain West Conference basketball. Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen back with you from Hinkle Fieldhouse on the north side of Indianapolis, where Butler led by as many as 8 in the first half. But Providence charging back in the second half. We're tied at 48.
Great job defensively by the Friars, and Chris Dunn, Carter, 10 points and a half, so he's doing a great job.
Double bonus now for Butler. 10 team fouls against Providence. Tyler Weidman misses the first. There's Dunn. The big question for Providence, who's going to help out scoring-wise? LaDonte Henton. Chris Dunn has been the answer in the second half. Weidman misses both free throws. Another fight for the loose ball, and a timeout granted to the Butler Bulldogs. Diving on the floor, Austin Etherington. Timeout for the Bulldogs.
Great hustle by Butler. Doing a great job. Winning the battle of the board slightly now, 28-25, but that's great hustle. That time both teams wanted, but the Butler player had to have it. Had to have it. So
now the biggest reason for the second half comeback for Providence down 8 has been Chris Dunn. 10 since the break.
Got 15 now. Tremendous step back jump shot. He's going through the zone on a steal there. Fabulous play. Nice crossover. Young man's been out. It was about 2 years with shoulder injuries. Had surgery twice on his shoulder, and a tremendous player. McDonald's All-American, one of the top players in the country from Connecticut. 15 points, 5 assists. He leads the Big East in assists, leads the Big East in steals, one of the tops in the country, 4th in assists in the country, and 7th in the country in steals. So a great player. Just got to keep working, be consistent. He's just young and he's up and down. He struggled a little bit against Marquette and get 7 turnovers, Carter. So, but he's a great player. Jones,
a miss in the Providence defense. Jones wide open to give Butler the lead again.
Butler stays in the 2-3 zone. The weakness is the high post, the foul line area. They're going to screen, get Chris Dunn to penetrate, and then either try to shoot it or kick it.
Pete, what happens here that gives Jones a wide open layup?
Well, a little miscommunication. Some of the guys thought zone, some said man-to-man. They weren't sure what they were in. Nobody took Jones, went to the basket. Nice job protecting it. He finished against Chukwu, which is not easy.
On that last ball out of bounds, the officials get together and decide it was touched by Providence last. So Butler gets it back. These are two big possessions for Butler. They get on the floor, get the timeout granted, get a bucket.
Exactly.
Now win another iffy ball.
Yep. From Butler, getting the ball to Jones. I don't think the Bancroft can guard him. He can penetrate on him and then dish it off. Go by him.
Kick out Martin. Rebound for Chukwu.
Doing a very nice job. Young freshman. Westport, Connecticut. Fairfield Prep High School.
Dunn and Hinton have 17 of the 19 second half points for Providence. There's another turnover from Tyler Harris. Talented, but probably inconsistent junior for the Friars.
Exactly. Very talented. Can really shoot it. Can run, can jump. Transfer from NC State. Very good player, but like you said, Carter, not consistent.
Been in the starting lineup most of the year for Providence. Now coming off the bench, hopefully giving them a scoring punch. But Harris turns it over. Lamamba's coming back in with 4.
Butler, I'm looking for Dunham.
Travis misses. Chukwu grabs the rebound again, and here's Dunn pushing Providence. To a trailing Hinton from the elbow. Hinton ties it again at 50.
They're tough. Batman and Robin, those two guys really look for each other. They work together. Dunn and Hinton, terrific together. They really feed off each other.
Dunham only 2 second half points. That's 3 straight rebounds now for Pascal Chukwu. That's an offensive foul. It's called on Tyler Harris. 2 turnovers in 3 possessions by Tyler Harris.
Trying too hard. Penetration. Nice job by Dunham. Stepping in. Good call.
Dunn draws the charge. Harris to the bench.
I think the interior defense by the Friars has been fabulous with Chukwu.
Dunham buries the 3. Just the second main bucket of the half for Kellen Dunham.
Butler staying in the zone.
Ed Cooley wants a timeout. Dunham's 3 puts Butler back on top.
Nice screen here by Butler. Get your best player free. Nice screen here. Excellent job. Heck of a screen by the Butler guy, and nice shot. Chavez with the screen. Dunham with the shot. Travis with the screen. The young man from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Dunham buried it. You got to keep looking for him. They don't have a second option. Butler does not have a second consistent option, Carter. Good players, but they don't have another guy who can score consistently. Jones is in and out. Barlow's a little guy, has trouble getting free sometimes, so they got to look right now for Dunham and drive the basketball. And I would bring the big guy, Chukwu, out. Have his man set screens so he comes out because he's protecting the basket. You're the Friars here now. All right, what I would do, keep screening the top of the zone to get Dunn to penetrate. And I put a skill guy at the top of the zone. I put Tyler Harris, Carter, right at the foul line. He's skilled to get the ball. That's the weakness of the 2-3 zone, is the foul line.
Dunn crosses over. Down low to Hinton through contact. Now a foul called. That'll send LaDontae Hinton to the free throw line for 2.
Foul on the Bulldogs, 21. Roosevelt Jones is second.
That's the second on Roosevelt Jones. And 2 shots coming for LaDontae Hinton. He is from Lansing, Michigan, Hinton. Went to Eastern High School. Going to stay in the Midwest and go play at Dayton for Brian Gregory. But Brian Gregory takes the Georgia Tech job. And to say it mildly, Ed Cooley was very happy to get LaDontae Hinton, bringing him to Providence, where he has blossomed into one of the top players in the Big East, and as you said, Pete, one of the top scorers in the country.
Tremendous player. We talked to him today, you and I, at the shoot-around, and terrific young man. Really worked hard, and he's really stepping up his game.
18 points on his birthday.
Yep, doing great. Bring Chukwu away from the basket. That's it, screen. Chukwu's out there now, he can't protect the rim.
Dunham through contact finds Woods.
They brought Chuku out. They couldn't find him. They recovered. Great pass by Dunham. That's what you got to do with a shot blocker. Bring him away from the hoop. Now, Friars, I'd consider putting Lindsey back in the game, who's an excellent shooter. He's a freshman. It's a tough spot for a freshman, but I try to get him the ball. Looking for Henton inside.
Dunn resets against the Butler zone.
Double screen here now for Chris Dunn.
10 to shoot. Hint. 3 with a hand in his face. Offensive board by Bancroft.
Dunn's quick. He's lightning quick. It's cool. He's calling the screen. Screen the top of the zone so Dunn can penetrate.
Dunn picks up the dribble, nearly turns it over. Dunham steals it. Barlow. Jones lob to the rim, and it's missed by Woods. Foul called to send Butler to the free throw line with 4:05.
Nice pass. Good defense by Butler. Throw it to the moon. Woods try to dunk. Foul. Chuku could be getting tired, Carter. He's not used to playing. He just plays about 9 minutes a game. I'd consider getting him out now. I think, look, he's holding his hands on his knees. I think he's winded.
Neither Carson DeRozier's nor Jalen Lindsey has played in the second half. That's 2 starters who haven't even seen the floor for the Friars in the second half.
Great point, Carter. I think Coach Cooley was not happy with their competitiveness, their defense. I think that's why they're sitting. That's it. High post is open.
Dunn banks home the 3.
Carter, the banks are open. Indianapolis, Indiana at 10:59. Make a deposit, get some interest.
Back to a 1-point game. Woods dribble handoff to Dunham.
Wow.
Step back, missed it. Bancroft the board. Bancroft misses the stick back. Out of bounds. Butler ball. It's a 1-point game. Butler has the lead and the ball. Chris Dunn and the Friars hanging tough. After an early couple of misses, Woods gets one to go down for the Bulldogs. But Dunn, the bank for the 1-point game. Side of Indianapolis, Indiana. It is a 1-point edge for the Butler Bulldogs on Providence with 3:08 to go. Let's look at tonight's AT&T game summary. Pete, what stands out for what Providence has done in the second half to get back in this game?
Well, doing a great job defensively, and Providence is taking better care of the basketball. 9 blocks, that's tremendous for the Friars. You get 9 blocks, the defense has been outstanding. Chuku's been terrific, and Chris Dunn, 18 points, Carter. He only had 5 at the half, so second half, Chris Dunn gets 13 points. He's got 6 assists for the game. He's been spectacular. So I think it's going right down to the wire. Butler's struggling offense. They have trouble without, Dunham. They have trouble scoring. So where the points going to come from if you're Butler? Friars just got to play good defense. And if I'm Butler, I'd stay in the zone. Pack the zone in, make him shoot over you. So I think which star is going to take over? Is it going to be Henton for the Friars, or is it going to be Dunham for Butler? We'll see. It's a great game.
Carter Blackburn, Pete Gillen from Hinkle Fieldhouse. In the first half, Butler out-rebounded Providence by 8. In the second half, Providence is plus 10. We're done here. It's on to New Mexico, San Diego State.
Yeah.
That is out of bounds off Butler. Providence will get it, 2:54, a chance to regain the lead.
Travis is trying too hard. That's not his strength. Taking that 20-footer. Right now, he hustles, but offensively, he only got 2 points scored. He's shooting too much. It's not a 3-point. It's not the shot you want if you're Butler. Bad decision by Travis.
So Dunn brings it up. Hinton on the weave. Back to Dunn. Man-to-man from Butler. Chris Dunn off the double screen, back to Hinton. 10 to shoot. LaDonte Hinton finds Dunn. Fouled on the 3-point shot. Roosevelt Jones fouls Chris Dunn, sending him to the foul line for 3.
Great offense by the Friars. Here we go. Yep, he hit him. Jim Burrow with the right call.
Dunn, 65% foul shooter, will have 3, misses the first. Dunn has led the charge for Providence in the second half. Gets the second.
When Dunn plays like this, Carter, the Friars can play with anybody in the country. He's that good.
14 second half points for Chris Dunn. Make it 15 as he gets 2 out of 3 and gives Providence the lead with 2:26. The Friars trying to get the second road win in Big East competition so far this season. Butler has the only other.
Got the ball to Dunham, who's your best player.
Dunham back cut, gives it up. Woods underneath, over to Jones, rejected by Chukwu. 2:05, Providence has the lead in the ball.
How good is Chukwu? Great job. You got to bring him away from the basket. They're not doing that. Now, right now, oh boy, oh boy.
A turnover. Barlow takes it away. Run out chance for Jones. He is fouled off the shot fake. Jones goes on the tough tumble. He gives the fake. Fouled by Bancroft, and he'll head to the line for 2. Tough turnover by Providence, and Hinton is still down on the floor.
Roosevelt Jones at the line for your Bulldogs. He'll have 2 shots.
Roosevelt Jones is only shooting 54% from the free throw line, Carter, so it's good news for Butler, but you got to make him now. He's a winner, but pressure free throws.
A sigh of relief from the Butler fans.
The rim was kind on that one. There's much margin for error. That was like a slight window.
Chris Holdman, first home game as the permanent head coach of the Butler Bulldogs. Trying to grind out a win. And Roosevelt Jones hits the second free throw to put Butler up by 1 with 1:49 to go. Timeout by Butler. Butler 1-1 in Big East competition so far, and they have a big one coming up on Saturday. The old rival Xavier comes to Hinkle Fieldhouse. Yep. That's next, and then it's at Seton Hall. There's no easy stretches really in the Big East. Xavier at Seton Hall, at Georgetown, Creighton, and then Seton Hall at home. It is a difficult run.
Yep, the Friars too. Georgetown, the Johnnies, Creighton, Xavier, DePaul. It's a great league, Carter. It was good last year. It's even better this year.
All right, Pete, 1:49 to go. It's going to be Providence basketball. You see both teams have foul shots on a foul. What are you looking for Providence?
When I'm doing Providence, I want to go inside, get the ball to LaDante Hinton, one of the best players in the country. If they zone, I would go inside, get the ball inside to LaDante, or have Chris Dunn screen and attack the basket. Because they're right now going to be getting a double bonus with 9 fouls. So Butler goes back to man. It's what they play most of the time.
Cartwright on the floor is an extra ball handler for Providence. So Dunn playing off the ball for now. Hinton guarded by Jones. Down the baseline. Blocked at the rim. Followed by Chukwu. The freshman 7-footer has been monstrous in the second half. Friars by 1.
About Chukwu. Defensively, offensively, around the basketball.
Barlow brings it back for Butler.
The best shooter to shoot it.
This is Dunham. Quick shot. No good. Boarded by Hinton. 1 minute to go at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Providence has a 1-point edge after trailing by 8 in the first half. The Friars trying to get their first road win of the season.
Take their time. They're going to high ball screen now for Dunn. Get the ball to Henton.
Timeout for Providence.
Nice drive by Henton. Goes in there strong. Ball gets knocked, but Chukwu's the right place at the right time. The freshman has been fabulous this evening. Defensively, offensively, Carter, he's been a great job. He's just a young pup. He's done a terrific job defensively and changing shots, blocking shots. He's been spectacular.
Ed Cooley unhappy with the hustle from DeRozers and from Lindsay in the first half, so they have been on the bench the entire second half as Bancroft and Chukwu have taken their minutes. But still, when it comes down to the last 48.3, no question, you're right back to Chris Dunn and LaDante Henton.
Those are the guys. They're really good. They do a great job together. They feed off each other. They look to each other. Two tremendous players. Now, 48 seconds to go, 20 seconds on the shot clock. I'd run it down, get a high ball screen for Chris Dunn. I think he can go by Barlow. Watch now. You want to get your pocket picked here. Here the Friars.
It's Lamamba who has it out high. 8 to shoot. This is Dunn on the wing. Gets past Barlow into the paint. Floater goes down. Providence has a 3-point lead with 33 seconds left. Shot clock is turned off.
You're Butler now. You don't need a three. A wide open three, you can take it. You don't have to have a three. Plenty of time.
Dunham, there's the long two. Air ball, boarded by Butler. Jones stepped on the baseline. Providence basketball with the shot clock turned off. 24.6 left.
Great job. Great job defensively. They did a terrific job the second half on Dunham. Way short. Jones had it, but stepped out. Good call.
So Providence basketball, shot clock turned off. The Friars 24.6 away from their first road win of the season. Now, obviously for Providence here, the goal is to not turn the basketball over. Butler, what are you doing to try and get it back?
Well, what you're going to do, you try to go to a 1-2-1-1 zone press, right? You try to get a trap right away, a foul. You have only 24 seconds out. If you're Providence, you want to get the ball into your best free throw shooter. So I would try to get the ball to Henton at 76% Carter. Right? Try to get him the basketball.
So the whole goal here is to get it to Henton.
Get it to Henton and he'll get fouled. You want your best free throw shooter. Dunn is pretty good at 65%, but Henton is at 77%. So get the ball to LaDante Henton. You cannot run. So LaBamba, don't run. Stay there.
Into Hinton. Not fouling yet. Dunn. Now the foul is called on Travis. That's going to be his fifth. He fouls out with 20.5, but it's Dunn who gets to the line. So they get it into Hinton. Butler can't get the foul. Dunn eventually has it, and he's headed to the line.
He's had a great second half. He's only a 65% free throw shooter.
In the second half, 18 second half points. Team fouls on Butler, so it is a 1-and-1 coming up here for Chris Dunn. They just called 2 shots. Now they just posted the 10th foul.
Yeah, well, they were late. We were late. The scoreboard's been late all day, Carter.
Yes, they have.
All right.
So it's double bonus situation. 2 shots here for Chris Dunn. 10 team fouls. The sophomore from New London, Connecticut, makes it a 2-possession game with 20.5.
Got a box out now if you're Butler.
Dunn, clutch from the free throw line.
2-possession game now. You don't need a 3. If it's open, you take it. You need 2 possessions.
Jones finally picks it up, attacks. Jones high off the glass. Woods dunks it down. 16 seconds, 3-point game. Butler uses its last timeout.
Okay. Right now, same thing. Nice job, Jones. Attacking the basket. Chukwu's there, contesting the shot. Nice job by Woods coming in there, finishing it. don't know if that was a pass. It was almost a pass, Carter. He threw it up so high. Might have been a pass because he knew Chuku was up there.
A great win in the Big East from Indianapolis. It's Providence by 3 against Butler, and when we're done, it is on to San Diego for the next one in the Mountain West Conference, New Mexico at San Diego State. That follows us here on CBS Sports Network. Andrew Catalon, Steve Lapis, Jamie Erdahl have that one for you next. The game is just underway. We'll get you there as soon as we're done here at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
So the big thing now for Providence, you want to get a good screen, come hard to the ball, make sure you don't run over anybody, try to get it to Henton again, your best free throw shooter. All right, and that's very, very important. You can run the baseline now, Carter, because it was after a basket. If you're Butler, put a big guy on the ball, try to make it trap the first pass. You still got 16 seconds to go. It's a one-possession game. So I'd get one trap, and then I'd have to give a foul right away after the trap. To get out of the trap foul. You can't worry about who you foul. You don't have the time to differentiate.
Talk about a swing point Providence this season. They haven't won a road game yet. They lose a tough one on Saturday at Marquette. Stay out on the road. They have been away from Providence since Friday morning. So a chance on Tuesday night to have a very happy plane ride back to Providence, Rhode Island.
A giant win. Giant win. Friars had a high RPI coming into the game, about 27 roughly, and this would be even a bigger boost for them now. Come get it, Henton. Come get it.
Henton looking for the basketball. Timeout taken. Lamamba trying to get it in bounds. That is the last timeout for Ed Cooley. So neither team has a timeout left. 16 seconds. Both teams are in the double bonus.
No, we don't do that. Yeah. So Ed Cooley's got to change his out of bounds play now. Try to run something different. You can run the baseline. One thing you can do, Carter, sometimes is step out of bounds, throw it to a guy out of bounds, and the other guy step right in right away. So that's one possibility, but I don't think they'll do that. I think, the way Dunn's been playing, I'd have him come get it. Have him come get the basketball. He's got 2 free throws. You're up 3. He'll make 1 or 2, if not both of the free throws. So look for Henton first, if not Dunn second.
New Mexico at San Diego State underway. That game is coming up next on CBS Sports Network. We'll send you there as soon as we're done with Providence and Butler. So both teams are out of timeouts. Providence trailed in this game by 8 in the first half. They trailed by 7 at the break. Major lineup changes in the second half by Ed Cooley. And as you pointed out, Pete, when you're down by 8 in the rebounding margin against Butler, that's what's really going to draw the ire of Ed Cooley and the prior coaching staffs. And they make some big changes in the second half. Dunn starts scoring and leads the Providence comeback to this point. Now can the Friars close it out?
Exactly. Can they close it out? And Chuku was fabulous defensively. Chris Dunn was unbelievable offensively. And Henton was solid. So great second half by the Friars. And they won the battle of the boards. They were great on the boards.
Lamamba gets it in, nearly knocked away by Barlow. 14.7. And now Lamamba cannot run the baseline.
Exactly. Good point, Carter. Can't move. Come get it, Dunn or Henton.
Inbound, they get it into Hinton. No foul yet. Hinton gives it up. Barlow steals, puts it in. 9.4. It's a 1-point game. Providence will have to inbound again. Into Dunn, and he's fouled by Barlow to the line for 2.
Wow. That was awful physical, Carter. I think there was a foul there. No foul there, it's fine. Ooh, might have been a hook by Henton. Looked like Barlow might have got it, couldn't tell.
That one could have gone either way.
Either way, yep. It's a tough spot. Refs just let him play on. They could have called Hinton for a hook, too, when he was driving. Now, up 3. If they make both, Carter, Friars will be up 3. I would give a foul if you're Providence.
8 for 13 from the line tonight for Dunn. 20 second half points.
All right, what I would do now, if he misses it, you play man-to-man, you switch on all screens if you're Providence. If he makes it, I would give a foul at half court, but go for the ball. If you're Butler, all right, no.
Offensive rebound by Chuku. The freshman has been huge in the second half. Biggest rebound of the game to give Providence the basketball with 8.3. He's headed to the line for 2.
They screened out, but the ball just kicked high. And Chuku was at the right place at the right time. Nothing Roosevelt Jones could do, Carter, right? Just ball kicked out high, and Chuku went up and got it.
First free throw attempts of the night for Pascal Chukwu, who has played almost the entire second half in place of the senior 7-footer Carson DeRozers. 2 shots.
You're up 3. Now Providence misses it, Carter. I would give a foul if I'm Providence. Before they get to half court, run off a little clock. If he misses it now, if I'm Butler, get the ball to Dunham, I'd set a screen right at half court, have him take him to the basket. All right? You got to shoot a 3. Dunham.
Gets them both. 2-possession game. The freshman Pascal Chukwu, huge in the second half comeback by Providence. The Friars were ready to celebrate. Nobody has a timeout. Inbounds. It's a 2-possession game. Butler needs something fast. Instead, a 3. Dunham, no good. The stick back won't matter, and Providence has the second road win in Big East competition this year. 66-62. Providence wins it over Butler. A great one in the Big East. Now we send you on to the Mountain West Conference. For Pete Gill and our entire crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. Now it's on to Andrew Catalan, Steve Lapis, Jamie Erdahl for New Mexico and San Diego State in the Mountain West.
Carter